Thanks for joining us today on Exploring Through Art. Today we're looking at Day-Age creation theory. God said, "Let there be light," and light came forth. God then separated the light from the darkness and called the light day and the darkness night. This happened on the first day. The word used for day, yom, is the center of what is at Day-Age creation view. Yom is often used to refer to a regular 24-hour day. However, it is also used to refer to a very long period of time, and that is the central argument of the Day-Age view. Understanding creation as a process that takes place outside the confines of 24-hour days allows us to reconcile with modern scientific discoveries that point to the Earth being much older than the view held by young Earth creationists. Science, after all, was never meant to be the enemy of the Church, but simply a tool for better understanding God's awesome creation. Now that we understand that a 24-hour day is simply the time it takes the Earth to rotate in relation to the Sun, how can we say that the days were referring to 24-hour periods when the Earth was a formless void on the first day and the Sun was not created until the fourth day? Another strong logical argument asks, why would God have instantly created the universe in a way that it takes millions of years for light from faraway stars to reach the Earth if it is only 10,000 years old? God then would have technically had to create the stars already millions of years old on the first day. Next is the problem of dinosaurs. Dinosaur bones have been found and have been dated millions of years old, much older than the young Earth creation theory allows. What then do we as the Church have to say about these discoveries? Some say that scientific methods such as carbon dating are incorrect. Others even say that the bones were planted by Satan to trick us. It is these very same arguments, however, which have caused the Church to lose much of its credibility with the people in the face of modern science. Do we continue to allow science to destroy instead of strengthen our faith through more understanding of God's own processes? And think about how God works in our lives today. God more often answers prayers and guides us in time, not in instantaneous miracles. Miracles do happen from time to time, but doesn't it just make sense that God works in His own time and not within our 7-day work week? Another problem with the young Earth view is that Adam did not have time to name all of the animals on day 6. There are over 2 million species of animals, and more are discovered almost every day. How then did Adam have time to study each animal and give them a name? It is true that the Bible only mentions the beasts of the field and the birds of the air, so perhaps marine life doesn't count. But still, there are over 12,000 species of mammals alone. There is no way that Adam could have had time to complete this task in one day. Some argue that Adam's mind was without sin and was working at 100% capacity, so he would have been able to name the animals much faster than you or I. Even if that were true, Adam still would not have had time to finish, unless of course Adam had the ability to slow down time, but that would disprove young Earth creation. Old Earth creation, however, is not without its own problems. The largest problem with this theory is not a historical one or a scientific one, but a theological one. If the Earth is as old as it is, and dinosaurs lived and died before Adam, then death would have had existed before the fall of Adam in original sin. Original sin and the existence of death and suffering is a major understanding in the Christian faith, so this cannot simply be discarded in light of Day-Age theory. To counter this problem, some say that the kind of death that came from the fall of Adam was not bodily death, but spiritual death of the soul in the perfect relationship with God the Father. It is true, after all, that Adam and Eve did not die immediately after leaving Eden. They did, however, eventually die bodily death, as we do today. So did bodily death exist prior to Adam and Eve? And what kind of theological implications does this have within our Christian faith? This is a serious issue that day-age creationists have to wrestle with. Despite its problems, though, day-age theory remains a popular understanding amongst Christians who embrace the discoveries of modern science. What are your thoughts? How are we to understand creation in the light of the Genesis story? The debate on this is long from over.